What's up guys, McLovin here, bringing you another video of my 100th win for the Rumbleverse. And for this one match I did duos just because I didn't really want to sweat my balls off playing solos, and duos can be crazy as well. And I had my boy J tagging along. He wanted to play some duos. I was like, what the heck, let's get this 100th win and make it memorable as possible. But for the most part, I just kind of want to talk about the changes that happen. And after playing over I think 300 or something like that matches and getting my 100th win, kind of go into detail as to what are my thoughts of the game and how is it living up to my expectations, or if things have changed. So if you guys might have noticed, there has been a recent patch and a lot of things have changed that have made some players a little bit not as happy as they wanted to, because for the most part, some of the BS that's in the game is still in the game, and some people really wanted some more actions against those type of things. Now I know they did revert back to some of the things for example, the air dodge mechanic. I guess it was whenever you air dodged, you were left in this vulnerable state where people can punish your landing, and a lot of people did not like that because if someone's third party and anticipating that you're gonna air dodge, you're left in a state where anyone can attack you for the longest. And they said that they changed it back, or I think they cut down the frames of when you're in this vulnerable state, but it's still quite punishable, and it's really hard to kind of avoid people that are just waiting for you to make a mistake or to even dodge, right? So I get it, some players are really trying to be one step ahead of everyone, but these type of options that when you air dodge, you're really left vulnerable in a state that anyone can punish you, and it can be a big difference whether you're on your last health and one guy just comes and attacks you and the other guy's just waiting for you to air dodge and just third party you and just eliminate you. It can be frustrating for the players, so I do understand that. Another thing that I kind of want to focus on is weapons. Weapons are really strong, and you'll see some demonstration of it in a bit here. But I see that a lot of times even when I play solos, I see a lot of people still not really using weapons to the fullest. A lot of times they get a lot of chicken, which is good for healing, but for the most part, when you're on the final circle, you're most likely going to have perks that help you with healing, whether it's sadistic, whether it's the one where if you eliminate someone, you get some of your health back, or if you get a meditative perk, as well as some other health healing perks like feel the burn. You don't really need to take all the food. It's important to have some weapons with you, right? And if you have super, that's another healing mechanic you can use. Don't think that super is just used for, I know we kind of want to get the big damage in there and eliminate people as fast as we can with super, but with the nerf of super, if you kind of waste the super with grabs and whiff, you're kind of taking some time of your healing mechanic down. So it's sometimes better to play it safe and try to heal yourself, or have more than one way to heal yourself, so that way you can survive in the final circle, especially when things can get chaotic. But like I was mentioning, I see a lot of people take lots of food, so they'll have 4 big chickens, and when I see those type of players, I call them the medics, because they have this much chicken to the disposal, and someone with the weapon, which has a lot of priority, right, and they would get comboed, right, with the plank or any weapon, and they would just die with all this food. And so because you have 4 big chickens, all the other players are going to see that your body drops all this food. They come over like vultures and just all of your body take the food away, right? And people are fighting crazy, and just you're left there looking at the spectator screen and be like, wow, all that chicken, everyone's using it to their disposal. And that's why I call those type of players the medics, because they prioritize healing, but they never really get to use it, because let's be honest, when it's a battle royale, it's really, especially when the circle is really small, it's really hard to find a moment of peace and quietness to heal yourself. Now there might be moments when people are distracted and you can sneak a bite here and there, but trust me, there's always someone watching you on top of the buildings, and they're waiting for you to drop it, start eating and get the eating animation so they can come down with the elbow or whatever the case is. So you kind of don't want to be that player that just brings chicken and gets obliterated you know. And if you're worried about food, trust me guys, there's other members in that, you know, there's other fighters or wrestlers in there that will also have chicken. You're not the only one who, you know, it's not like everyone, you know, it's really rare where no one will have chicken. It will be a sudden death match. But for the most part, you know, when you eliminate someone, they'll have some piece of chicken that they'll have to their disposal. And so if you're really, you know, contemplating whether I want to take this weapon versus like a bunch of food, take the weapon. You know, it's super to your, you know, like right here, look, a plank right here. It's a free combo. You know, right here you can read the roll, right? So this guy tried to elbow me and missed. That was funny. He popped super like that. And like I said, you kind of want to take the weapons. It's really good to your disposal, especially in a small circle where everyone's going crazy, right? And see, even if you have super, you know, there's other people like me who are crazy who will just like, you know, I just sumo slap this guy like 100 times. It's so funny. But yeah, that's one thing I would tell people is like, you know, do not just prioritize food. Take some weapons. You'll eliminate people, and you know, it'll make you a much better player towards the end of the circle. You may not have the best moves, which you guys have noticed that they nerfed the purple variety skills, right? So you don't really get a lot of purple skills. So weapons, again, you know, they beat a lot of moves. The only thing that weapons lose to is, you know, power moves like a shoryuken or the uppercut or a drop kick, and of course super. But besides that, you know, weapons are, you know, they're top tier, and you know, Keith and the developers really in this patch made it important that you take weapons. Now some people might hate that because it becomes a game of just weapons and whatnot, but again, things can change in the future. You know, weapons might be whack in the next patch or next season, but for right now, that's the middle of the game, taking weapons. Another thing I want to tell players is to kind of learn the priority system. A lot of times I see people, and I kind of focus this on my other commentary video, where a lot of people have moments of they don't understand why something happened and why they lost the interaction. What I mean by that is like, there's moments when you're fighting someone one-on-one and you're both slapping each other at the same time, and you get that animation where you both stumbled, right? And you hit the button again to attack, and they do it again, and you guys clash. And so you're in your mind, you're like, you know what, I'm gonna do a vicious attack, and your opponent does a strike attack, and you lose. And you're like, what the heck? I did vicious. How did I lose that? Well, you know, it's because strike attacks have more priority than vicious attacks. What I mean by that is like, you know, a strike attack, meaning like if you're pressing the slap, you know, the 1-1-1 combo, it's always gonna be any of the vicious attacks. It's gonna be tackle, it's gonna be the, you know, the diamond crusher. It's gonna be all those moves. The only moves that they won't be are, oh my god, here's the key. When they introduced this weapon, I was kind of scared because I was like, this looks super broken. But even though this weapon is like really good, probably like the best weapon or move in the game next to super, but besides that, like I was talking about the special moves, again, basic attacks will beat any vicious, right? The only thing that the basic attacks will lose to is other special strikes, so like cosmic shot, the dive, the dolphin dive, the dive kick. Those moves will beat them. So a lot of times you'll see this with more high level players, that they'll have diamond crusher and they'll jump, and that when they're about to land, they'll do the attack, they'll do the diamond crusher, and they'll catch you because, you know, it's kind of hard to react. And a way to counter that is like if you have sumo slap, if you have atomic punch, punch line, all these strike attacks, right? Even cosmo shot, you'll beat that move. And you'll see that sometimes. I've seen that a lot where people are like, oh my god, I did diamond crusher, how the hell did I lose to this cosmic shot? Well, it's because, again, you know, the priority system, it's in favor of the special strikes. So you kind of want to have that in mind when you're playing people, is that you kind of want to see what moves they have. If they have an uppercut, which is a power move, you know that weapons are gonna lose to that, and they might not shy away from doing the uppercut because they know you have a weapon. So it becomes a whole mind game of trying to bait people and be like, I have this weapon and I know you have this move, so do you think I'm gonna attack you, or do you think I'm gonna hold back? So it becomes, like I said, it becomes this guessing game, right? And it's really important. Look at this. Oh, dude, dolphin dive is so good. Or volley dive in this case. Any of the dive moves are like best moves in the game. So if you're not using it, you should learn how to do the combo. It's basic. It's a 1-1-1. You just do, you know, your volley attack. And you won't do a lot of damage, but it's like the combos are long that you can, you know, stall. You can, you know, get people ringed out. And, you know, come with a clutch save. I don't know what happened. So, yeah, hit him with the 1-1-1. And dodge that, and they just stayed on the ground, so I don't know why they were doing that. Maybe the person was low health and they kind of ran away. And here, look, weapon right here, boom, easy. A pipe or, you know, a plank. That's why the weapons are so good. So you kind of want to have weapons at your disposal, especially since moves are nerfed. You don't get the purple variations anymore as much as you used to. You know, and also, like, you know, you kind of want to know the priority system. A lot of people, again, don't really know it, and I can't stress this enough that it's really important to kind of know the priority system and kind of focus on what people have, right? If you're meditating, don't just focus on meditating. Focus on, like, okay, who has what, and can my moves beat their moves? And trust me, you'll get much more better at the game. Just the awareness is really important. Look right here. This is why it's so good. Boom, boom, boom. And time them out. Easy right there. You kind of want to have, you know, when I started learning the dolphin dive, I started killing myself a lot because I would not check my time and go for these long combos, and I would just die. But I mean, it's the process of learning. That's how you're gonna learn. And yeah, I kind of want to focus on that for this video. So if you guys have any questions or thoughts or concerns, or maybe you're not having fun with the game, or maybe some of the things that you want to change did not get addressed, and you kind of want to see a difference, don't hesitate to comment, because I always want to hear you guys' thoughts. But that's going to do it for tonight's videos, guys. You know, I'll leave you guys with the ending calling card so you guys can see the 100th win. But as always, guys, I appreciate the support. Thank you so much for everything. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys next time. Deuces.